above all, to ensure that what we have received from the founding fathers, both in the church and the secular world, is given and passed on to the next generation. The main purpose of our visit here this morning is to congratulate one of us who has been elevated to this position and to pray with him, just like the person, the MC, announced, so that he will be able to succeed in his office, which God has committed to him. He has taken time since he resumed office here, but we felt it is better late than never. So on behalf of this group, we want to thank you very much and pray that you will be a good ambassador of the Christian Leaders Forum, which you were part and parcel of us, which you played a very vital role in ensuring that the group stands and is carrying out its own objectives. In position of leadership, you have been in corridor of leadership since at the tender age of 29. We have no doubt in our hearts that you will be able to provide quality leadership that will be able to give guidance and direction to this exalted office that the Lord has committed to your care.
This Heritage House, which will comprise an auditorium that will seat between 1,500 and 2,000 people, where all churches will be free to do their programs, where NCPC will also do training programs, and all issues of pilgrimage can be handled there. This place is a good place, but it's tight on space, and we cannot offer the church some of the things that we think we owe the church. So we are working on that facility, and we are making progress of it. Our target is that in the next 1 year, the auditorium should be ready. The addition to it is that we're also building a hotel on the same premises, so that those who want to come and do programs, or who even just want to come and rest, can come and rest at a very reduced rate, because we are not a commercial entity. We are a service-driven body, and our goal is to serve, not to make profit out of the church. Christian pilgrimage is also not designed as a profit-making venture, but as a service-driven provision for all Christians in this country to enjoy. Whatever prices we set for pilgrimage are the rock bottom, nothing added to it, no profit, no additions. In fact, federal government has set out a modality to support us in ensuring that pilgrimage is cheap enough for every desiring Nigerian to participate in. And I must tell this house that the President, Muhammadu Buhari, has supported us since I came in 3 years ago. He has supported us annually with finances in naira and in dollars to help us run the pilgrimage and to make it cost-effective for all Nigerians. Every year on the course of pilgrimage, we take doctors and nurses and pharmacists, and we buy drugs to be administered to all the pilgrims who have any challenges in the course of pilgrimage. And it's only major issues that we refer to Israeli hospitals, but every other thing is taken care of by Nigerian doctors with drugs taken from Nigeria, and enough medical personnel to be in every bus that has Nigerian pilgrims, and they stay with them in the hotels, move with them to the sites, so at any point we are people ready to render service to the pilgrims. This is funded by Mr. President, not by anybody else, not even by the pilgrims. It is funded 100% by Mr. President.
Christian pilgrimage should be built solidly on the Word of God. And the Christian church and community should be built in the knowledge and obedience to the Word of God. And all Christians should rise up today to face the challenge of our nation by invoking the Word of God, by believing the Word of God, prophesying it, and then advocating for what is right. The time we are in does not call for silence from the church. It calls for prophecy. It calls for advocacy. And it also calls for concrete development action. I believe that if we allow the Word of God to work in this country, we will have no problems at all. The absence of the Word of God is a challenge. We need for the Word of God to be taught in schools, in churches, on the streets, and in every gathering of people. The Christian church should know that only the Word of God has effect and power to change lives. Nothing else has. Not an improved economy, not a crisis-free economy, no. It is only the Word of God that can change and shape lives. So it's important that the Word of God be preached fearlessly and with dedication. We need also at this point to break down the walls of division caused by our denominational barriers. We need to remove denominational differences and be united by the Word of God. Let the same Word of God be taught across all denominations and be also preached on the streets and also brought to everybody everywhere. Therefore, we need more evangelists. We even need more pastors. But above all, we need more of the distribution and circulation of the genuine Word of God. And I believe when we do that, our nation is headed for greatness again. So, church must rise up to do what God has called it to do. Preaching is not a game of football. Preaching is a life call and commitment. So it must be taken as such and then ministered with complete dedication. I believe that all Christians have come to a time when they must prove their Christianity. Christianity separates. Christianity gives a ministry. Christianity enables everybody to have something to do for God and something to do in society. So every Christian should rise up to be counted to do something for the furtherance of our great nation. In pilgrimage, the decision is clear. We are going to run pilgrimage with the Word of God, without denominational biases or without any tribal or regional arrangements at all.